So I've been practicing manifestation, right? And I kind of want to teach some of the things that I've been learning. Well, the first thing is, in order for human beings to create anything in the external world, it must first be created within the mind, right? Every invention, every goal, every movement, every piece of art, all begins as a thought before it becomes reality, right? Now, manifestation is not simply wishing for something and then waiting for it to come true like some sort of magic trick. That's not what manifestation is, right? It's the process of aligning your mind, body, emotions, energy, and action towards a clear vision. That's really the process. First, you need to gain clarity on what you truly want in life, right? Visualize it. Visualize what you truly want in life, and then you must deeply believe that it is possible. But this is the kicker: belief alone is not enough. See, your actions must align with your vision, or the thought just remains empty. So, manifestation requires conscious direction, right? You visualize your success, you affirm it, then you embody it both mentally and emotionally, right? But you also execute consistently in the physical world. See, action is what transforms internal vision into external reality. You can visualize and say, I will be successful. But if your habits, discipline, choices, and behavior move in the opposite direction, nothing is going to change. See, true manifestation happens when thought, emotion, belief, energy, and action all move in alignment towards the same goal. See, once action begins, clarity increases, momentum builds, opportunities become more visible. See, confidence grows through execution, not merely through desires. See, manifestation is not instant gratification. Manifestation is not instant gratification. It is conscious creation through alignment and disciplined action. Now, let me get a little deeper. I'm going to hold your head while I say this. Faith and manifestation are two different things. I'm going to repeat that again. Faith and manifestation are two different things, and I'm going to break that down. So with faith, the source of power comes from God or whatever higher being you believe in, right? So faith is rooted in trust, surrender, and alignment with a purpose greater than yourself. It says, thy will be done. Even when you do not fully understand the path, you trust that there is a meaning beyond your control. That's faith. See, manifestation operates differently. Manifestation, the source of power comes from within. See, instead of surrendering to a higher will, manifestation centers the will of the self. It says, my will creates my reality. See, the focus is on intention, belief, thought, energy, and the idea that the mind has the power to shape external circumstances. Faith says, I trust a higher plan. Manifestation says, I create my reality. So one is surrender to the divine order. The other is empowerment through conscious creation. That is why they may look similar on the surface, but spiritually they come from two different directions. And I know some people would say that we don't have the power to create our own reality and that we must rely on God as something separate from ourselves. But I don't believe God is separate from me, right? I do not believe the divine is separate from the universe. I believe God exists through and within creation itself. In other words, God is creation, right? Once you truly realize that you are part of this creation, you begin to understand that the divine or God is not distant or separate from you, but within you. See, I believe that we are expressions of God, which is why we have the ability to create. Not only to create human life, but to shape our lives through thought, intention, imagination, and action. See, what we consistently believe in, work towards, and embody can become reality. So, this is why manifestation resonates so deeply with me, because it's the understanding that the mind, spirit, and universe are deeply connected, right? And human beings carry creative power because we are a part of the same divine source that created everything.